Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is our migraine strategy call day. I am Debbie Waidl. I am a functional migraine health coach specialist here to help you find your migraine freedom without having to use the pills, the quick fixes, the surgery, spending countless dollars and time on figuring out how to end your migraines and having no success. Let's give Facebook just 1 second to notify everybody that we are here. So I know that you're all seeing this. Perfect. It looks like we are live and good to go. So do me a favor. If you are on right now, say hello. Let me know you're here. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what's going on today in your world so that we can make sure that we answer your questions. Hey, Mary Beth, thanks for popping on. I know Barbie's going to be on in just a minute. Hello, Fatima. How are you doing today? Thanks, everybody, for being on today. So I am joined by a special guest today. Kim is joining me. Thank you, Kim, for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So Kim are you actually an official graduate as of today?
I think Saturday was my last day.
So Kim is an official graduate of the Freedom from Migraine method. I had to guess the dates and see if she was a graduate or not, because Kim amazingly is working for us. So it's hard for me to remember if you're done, because you're still here, you haven't left yet, which we're so happy about. But anyway, just a little bit about Kim so everyone knows who we are talking to today. Kim says she is thankful to have her husband, Jody, and grown daughter, Sabrina, in her small family. She works 2 jobs, which I just told you one of us is for us, as a member success consultant, and the other is a web image specialist. She does that job full time. Her hobbies include art projects, which if you are not friends with Kim on Facebook and you haven't seen some of her art projects, they're gorgeous. So you should definitely check those out. She loves reading, taking walks, cooking, photography, and visiting her daughter in Colorado, which she's going to get to do in less than 2 months, right?
Yeah, early June.
Yay. I know we're both going to be away at the same time.
I know.
Have no fear. We have many employees and everyone who's going to be here to take care of all of you. But Kim has found some great success, and that's why she's here today to share with you her migraine freedom journey, what she has gone through. She's been able to reduce her migraines, has gotten a 25-day stretch, which for you, Kim, is pretty big.
Yes.
And we're continuing to work on those longer and longer stretches as you give your body time to heal. So again, thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your story. We don't take it lightly that any of you do this, because it's a lot out of your day and it's a lot to talk about your journey in the past. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
So can you just remind everyone before we get started, how many years have you had migraines?
Well, I had my first migraine when I was 7 years old. So okay. I don't remember having many after that. So I think, high school, teenage years, I had some, but it really started in my early 20s to become a huge problem. So a good 20 years, 25 years.
Okay, so a couple of decades with migraines, probably a lot of migraine symptoms when you were growing up, things that were probably pushed off as something else, which it just wasn't known back then, right? We didn't know. A lot of abdominal migraines, a lot of headaches, a lot of PMS, all those things are so linked together. So you had them for so long. You found the Women's Migraine Freedom Group searching for relief, and you joined, trying to find some answers on your own. At that time, do you remember what you were hoping to gain from the group when you joined?
I think I was just really hoping to get some sort of knowledge that I hadn't already researched, tips and tricks. I was tired of the same old migraine group that just talked about, what kind of meds people were on, if it worked for others, or just complained and whatnot. I wanted to find some answers. So
yeah. And there's a lot of those groups out there. And some of those groups, we're not trying to knock any other groups, because you have to find the right place for you. And I think I think that there's some point in times in our lives where we do just need to complain, right? We
Right.
we just need some place to let it go and to talk about it. But then we hit that point in our life where we're like, okay, enough complaining. Let's get to work. Let's
Yeah.
actually do something.
Yes.
And that's what this group is. So for anybody who's watching, and I just saw a whole bunch of people pop on, Caroline and Amanda and Barbie is over there. Good morning, Barbie and Lisa. So for everybody watching or watching on the replay, you know, this group is about action. This group is about getting it done. We love to hear your stories. We love to hear what's going on. You're welcome to, you know, commiserate with us when you're having a bad day, but I'm glad that Kim, that you realized the difference when you found this group, that we were a little bit different, because we are really about moving you forward. You know, I always say that if you're in this group more than 6 months and you aren't finding relief, then you're not using the group the way that we meant it to be. So when you joined, and you were doing things before that, let us know, what were you doing before that to try to end your pain before you joined this group?
Oh, I was trying just about everything.
I love that sigh, like, oh, I got to give the list.
Right. I mean, yeah, I was on a strict elimination diet for about 2 years, which, you know, the pandemic, you know, sort of helped in that because, you know, you didn't go out to eat and you weren't visiting friends and family, and, you know, you had more control over what you ate.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not sustainable for long term, you know, it's and it's hard. So I've tried those, all kinds of meds that, you know, my neurologists gave me month after month to try different meds. The CGRPs, Botox, chiropractor, massage, acupuncturist, all sorts of supplements, you know, just everything but surgery pretty much is what I tried.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you've tried the gamut. So anybody that's watching right now, let us know, what are the things that you've tried? You know, I'm sure that some of the ones, actually probably almost all the ones that Kim just listed, you've all tried, right? It seems like everyone in this group has done it all. I hear the same thing every single time I talk to someone. I'm sure I'm different than everyone else. I've done it all. I've tried it all. I've done every diet. I've done this. I've done that. I'm like, well, really, you're not so different. You're not so different from everybody else here, because you've spent hours, right? I mean, do you feel like that you've spent hours and hours and hours researching how to end your pain?
Oh yes. I've it's been it's been a couple of years pretty much that I've done research and tried to find answers, and it just, I couldn't find the missing pieces, you know, for myself, for what I needed.
Well, I think that there's so much great information out there, because there's great information out there, but the problem is the information is written for the masses, right? It's not written for you. There is no like website you can go to that says, Kim, here's the info that you need to end your migraines. You know,
Exactly.
there may not be a website, but there's a program that you can do that in, right?
Yep.
So besides that, you know, why do you think that a lot of these things just didn't work for you? You know, you tried all these things, you know, why do you think that they kind of failed you?
Basically, like you just said, it wasn't personalized to me, you know. You know, I try this thing and try, you know, that didn't work, then try this thing, and you know, like your program, it's not just about one or two things, it's about the whole thing, you know, together. And but then it's also, you know, tailor made to you, to this, you know, individual. So yeah,
I can imagine that, you know, and I think everyone in the program kind of feels this way. You come in and you all have this common ground with migraines, right? You all have migraines, but you all have migraines differently.
yes,
You all live different lives. Some of you work, some of you don't work, some of you work 2 jobs, some of you have kids, don't have kids, some have fur pets, some babysit fur pets,
yeah,
you know, so everyone's different. And I don't know how women think that it would actually be possible to go out and to be able to search for that on Dr. Google. You know, I mean, it's just, how do you do that? Plug in those 50 million things and hope that something's going to show up that's going to give you the right answers. So, you know, when you decided to join the Freedom from Migraine method, what kind of was that decision that made you decide that you needed that extra support to move on and do something different?
Well, I feel like I lost hope in myself to be able to find the answers.
Okay.
I didn't have the headspace and, the time and whatever to be able to research anymore. I didn't know where else to go, to look for it. So, I just, finally realized that I needed help. I, needed support, and I couldn't do it all on my own.
Yeah. And I think that women who have migraines are some of the smartest women on the face of the earth and the best researchers on the face of the earth, because man, you ladies research just like I did nonstop. But indulge me for 2 seconds with this quick story that I was telling someone the other day. It's kind of like, think about, going on a plane and you're pilot, right? I can sit here and research on YouTube videos how to fly a plane. I could read a book on how to fly a plane. I could talk to some different people on how to fly a plane. But when I actually get on that plane, am I going to want to fly that plane? No, because that's not what I specialize in, right? This is not what I specialize in. I want the freaking pilot who specializes to be flying my plane. And I think the same kind of thing goes for our health too, right? We can research, we can watch videos, we can do all that. And maybe we can make some changes, but you need somebody who lives, breathes, and eats what your issue is, what your problem is. And that's what we really try to do in the Freedom from Migraine method is we research to no end so that you don't have to, so that you can just do the work.
Exactly.
So 20 years of migraines, first one at 7. Obviously, as we said, you just graduated. So how do things look different for you now than when you started?
Well, I'd say, for one, my hope is back, that I can do this, that I have the tools to be able to do this, to be migraine free, and then I can do it without meds too. I mean, I know that you're not, against meds, but obviously it would be ideal to be able to do it without, and I have been able to stop migraines without meds. Been able to prevent, or, have really good days, without preventative medicine, so, I'd say, things are looking really good, and a lot different than they did when I first started. So
nice. I know we're, excuse me, we're friends on Facebook, and I could notice the difference from the beginning to what you would post as to what you're posting now. I'm seeing a lot more of you enjoying your art, seeing a lot more of you like planning this trip to go see your daughter, being able to help out and, dog sit for someone, where before trying to fit that into your day might have been totally different. So I think it's important to remember that migraine freedom is this journey, and migraines don't go away overnight. I wish they did. I wish joining the Freedom from Migraine method or any other program or training that we do, I wish that would take someone's migraines away overnight, but the body needs time to heal. We first of all need to give it what it needs. Then it needs time to heal. But the great thing is during that time, even if we're not 100% migraine free, life starts changing and starts coming back. And all of you start smiling and looking so much better and happier and, having more energy in your day. I just spoke with someone yesterday, and they said that even though they were thrilled the pain was gone, the biggest thing for them was their energy and the brain fog. They finally felt like they had a brain back, and they finally felt like they had the energy to actually do some things, because before it was literally manage, go to bed.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, it makes such a difference when you can have that back. Hey, Janine, got all these people on, and Giselle, I haven't talked to you in ages. Caroline's on, Amanda. so thankful that everyone is on here today, and Joan is on. Haven't talked to you in a while. Amazing. Anybody have any questions for Kim? Please pop them in chat now. I think we just answered your question, Barbie. Let me know if we didn't, but if anybody else has any questions, pop them in now as we work on finishing up here. So as we mentioned, Kim is graduated. She is continuing on, as an employee with us. So we're going to get the wonderful benefit of continuing to watch your journey and watch that healing, because Kim definitely has that wonderful migraine of, it shows up around her cycle time.
Yes.
And that's the one that I know is so difficult for so many of you. We assume that our migraines are being caused by hormones, but hormones are actually like that little kid brother that like pushes you in the pool. It's like that little thing that tips you over the edge. So it's not the cause, but it's that tipping point. So for anybody who is having migraines like that, let us know in the comments, because this is something that we can 100% support with. Takes a little longer, takes a little bit more persistence, which Kim has, and has made some definite changes and strides in that area, and will just continue to get better. So I can't wait to see you get there. I really can't. That's like one of the best days. But on that happy note, why everybody puts their questions and comment and we wait for them. Any last words of wisdom that you would like to share with the women in the group right now that are just struggling, that are in this group, but aren't quite sure what this group is all about and why we're here, and not really sure that they can make any changes? Anything that you'd like to say to them?
Sure. Just that there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I believe in fate and whatever you want to call it, the universe, the, God, goddess, soul, guardian angel, spirit, something is, brought you to this group. And, I feel like that happened to me. Somehow, I found the group, and I just, it's like, okay, why am I here? What brought me here? Let's just, research this and look into it, talk to Debbie, talk to one of the team members, and, find out if it is for you, I wasn't 100% sold on it when I talked to Debbie. I think my husband was more sold on it right away than I even was, but it's just, something brought you to this group, and it's like, I just feel that maybe, just think about it, and, maybe there's a reason, why you're in this group and what led you here. Maybe it's going to help you, just kind of give it a second thought, like, we are here to help you, to support you, and, have you have better days.
I love that, because we really are about action, right? And if you ended up in this group and you ended up here by accident, and you're just really looking for a group that's going to talk about meds and a group that's going to help you manage your pain, that's okay. Just let us know that as well, and we can help you find the best group for you. That is 100% okay. We get everybody's on a different journey. But if you're here because you're like, I am ready, I've had enough, like Kim, over 20 years of migraines, I don't want this to, be in control of my life anymore. I want the control back. If that is you, then just let us know how we can support. Let us know how we can help you, whether that is through one of our trainings, it is through one of our programs, our free challenges, whatever, however that looks for you. This group is about action. So don't just come in and sit. Don't just come in and, kind of try to absorb things, because watching videos is great. Reading content is great. But until we take the action, nothing's going to change. We can research until the cows come home, right, ladies? We can research for 20 years and say, oh, there's one more thing I need. I just need to find one more thing. I just need that one more piece of information. But it's always just one more piece. So I'd like to end by saying, if you're someone in this group that has asked for every single piece of free training we've given you, collects every guide, collects every quiz and all that, if you have more than 2 or 3, then there's something more we need to be doing. So reach out to myself, reach out to Kim, reach out to a member of the team, and just say, hey, I have some questions. I'd like to know what's going on. Whoops, Dana, I just lost your question. There it goes. Dana wants to know what the price of testing is and how much are supplements. So we don't do testing, Dana. We work with women in all different ways, but really the focus first is figuring out what you need, figuring out where you're at, what you need, and what your inflammatory level is, and what we can do to help you reduce that. There's so many foundational pieces that need to be done before you even think about testing. Think about it this way, and I don't want to keep Kim too much longer, but I'll just give another little quick story. Think about it this way. If you go to bake a cake, you have to collect all the ingredients first, right? You need all the ingredients before you can actually make the cake. Then you need to put the ingredients together in the right order. Then you're going to put that cake in the oven, and when the cake comes out, then it's ready to decorate. Now, what if you had all the ingredients, all the decorations, and you tried to just like throw it all in one container and say the cake is done? Well, you're going to have a bunch of raw things with frosting on the top. It's not going to work, right? And sometimes that's what testing is like. You go to do a bunch of blood tests, you go to do all these things, and until you have the foundational work done, there's no point in getting the testing done, because the testing is not going to give you some real numbers. It's not going to give you real information. So it's extremely important to do the foundation first. And once we've done foundation, which is what Kim has done, for some people, we do need to move on to our upper level program called Destination Zero. This is where we focus on, do we have some testing we need to get done? Are there autoimmune conditions that are holding you back from migraine freedom? Do you have gut health issues that are holding you back? Do you have parasites? Do you have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth? For those of you who did not get a chance to watch Barbie's interview, was it last week? Nope, 2 weeks ago, maybe? I think it was 2 weeks ago on the 12th. Let me know if you'd like to be tagged in it. Actually, Barbie's on here. Barbie can tag you on that if you'd like. It took her longer because she had some of those extra things that we had to work on. And that is 100% normal, because as Kim and I talked about in the beginning, everyone's different. Not cookie cutter approach, right? If it was a cookie cutter approach that worked, 1 in 4 women wouldn't have migraines. But there is no cookie cutter approach that works. So Dana, I hope that answered your question. Please let me know if you want some more information. Feel free to send me a DM if you'd like me to clarify a little bit more. So great to see so many amazing faces on here, faces I haven't seen in a while. It makes me happy to see your faces. It makes me sad to see your face because you're still here and you're still in pain. So please reach out. Kim, anything else? I think we summed it up really well. Any last thing? I kind of told you to finish up and then I kept talking.
It's okay. No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It warms my heart to hear everyone's stories, but it also means so much to me because I know what these stories mean to women. And I know that you have even mentioned that in the past, that it meant so much to you to be able to actually see women have success, to be able to give you that hope. So thank you for giving that back in turn today. Thank you for everyone that is on watching. These migraine strategy calls are every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We do this every week. Sometimes we do a training. Sometimes we have an amazing interview. And right now we've had a bunch of amazing interviews. So next week, I believe we have another interview. Susie is going to be joining us, so we get to hear her amazing story. And if anybody has any questions, please let me know. If not, here's to your migraine-free day. We'll see you in the group, and have an amazing day, everybody. Take care.